Yeah, I'm coming out. I'm coming out. Let me spit out this gum. I bought some gum recently, and I'm really excited about buying gum. That I bought gum recently because I haven't bought gum in a long time, y'all. I don't know when was the last time I actually chewed on a piece of gum. So yeah, I bought me some double mint gum. And this is the first piece that I'm chewing from the pack, so I'm like, yeah. Yes, girl, yes. Do y'all chew gum? When was the last time y'all chew gum? Comment down below. Okay, let's get into this video.
Alright, so funny. As soon as I told her I'm coming in the bathroom to come record, she gonna close her door. My daughter be over me, okay? But listen, the feelings be mutual sometimes, and sometimes I be over her ass too, okay?
Alright, anyways, let's get straight into this video, my babies. Hey, my babies. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, RIAHJ, and I'm back with another video, my babies. Today is Thursday, my babies. It's jueves. Miércoles, jueves. Yeah, it's Thursday, my babies. I hope all is well with you all is well with me, and I hope we all are continuing to stay about happiness, peace, and love, and I hope we all are continuing to stay determined, motivated, and focused, and I hope we all are continuing to walk in the alignment of stars that Allah has for us. So today's video is inspired by the magnificent Sydney Star. You all know Sydney Star. She is a transgender woman, and I don't know where did she become known from. I don't know. I didn't do like the whole backstory on her, but I did recently see a clip. Oh damn, I spit. I did see a clip of the interview that she did on Vlad TV. I am gonna put that clip at the end of this video. First, let me get off what I gotta say to y'all. So first, I want to just say shout out to Sydney Star for inspiring me to do this video, and also shout out to the transgender community and shout out to the herpes community, because that's what this video is going to be all about. So there's a lot of groups in the world, you know. There's the gay guys, but there's also the bottoms, the tops, the more flamboyant gays, you know, the ones that's for the girls, okay? And then there's the down lows, and there's also the lesbians, the studs, the AGs, the femmes. You know, there's also a herpes community, there's an HIV community, there's the black community, there's the bad bitch community, there's the athlete community, the rap star, rock star life community. I mean, there's so many different types of groups in the world. There's the people with disabilities, there's the IG models, you know what I'm saying? There's the actors and actresses group, you know what I'm saying? There's so many different types of groups in society these days, and I just want to help bring all of our worlds together, because no group out there is better than one other group. Like, the bad bitch group is not better than the herpes group, okay? The flamboyant gays is not better than the down low gays, okay? The femme lesbians are not better than the AGs. I mean, and the white people group is not better than the black people group. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, we all can fit in some type of box and group, you know, in the world, but we all still human at the end of the day. If I cut my arm right now, what's gonna come pouring and bleeding out of my arm? Red blood. Ain't nobody bleeding glitter blood, black blood, purple blood, you know, red, yellow, and green blood, white blood. We all bleed the same blood. We all breathe the same air, and we're all here on this planet called Earth, and we all need to learn how to be more copacetic with each other. Like, we need to really learn how to get along, and me too. I'm not apart me too, because like I just sometimes do not like people, and I just would rather be in space with the aliens. So me too, I need to learn how to better cope with the human race. You know what I'm saying? That's my truth. That's my truth, and that's facts. But today's video is solely based on the transgender and the herpes community, and I want to tell you all, I want to tell both groups how we are so much similar, right? And how we go about our daily lives, and how we go about dating, and how we just go about living our best lives the best way we know how. So in the interview that Vlad and Sydney Starr did, he asked her, do all your people, he basically asked her, do all your people that you sleep with and that you date know that you are transgender and know your story from the jump? And she went on to say, well, not really, because she's got her feelings hurt really bad in the past when she was vulnerable, when she did put herself out there and put her life story out there to her potential mates, you know, of her story and her situation, like, hey, I'm transgender, and these people judged her. These people made Sydney Starr feel bad about who she was. Talking like she said she told a guy on the phone, like, oh, you know, how do you feel about gay people? You know, and if I was transgender, I would kind of like hint at it like that as well, if I got my feelings hurt in the past too. Now, everybody is not gonna agree with me on this video, and that's fine. You can make your own video and put your standpoint out, and God bless you. But this is my channel, this is my content video, and this is my opinion, and I'm gonna stand in how I feel. So back to what I was saying. If I was transgender, and you know, I told a couple guys in my past that I was transgender from the jump, right? And they judged me just off the rip, like, bitch, what? You know, bitch, bye, don't call my line, boop, 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 or what? I would never date you. Why didn't you tell me this from the beginning? Boop, boop, boop. Whatever the case is, people are judgmental, and people judge you when you are vulnerable and you are putting your business out on the table. When you are telling someone your God-honest truth, you know what I'm saying? Because you want to live in your truth. This is your God-honest truth. So you want to be real about your business. But everybody can't take the truth. And this is what Sydney had to learn. Sydney told a couple guys in the past that she is transgender in the beginning of the dating phase. These people judged her, made her feel bad about who she was, and one of them even threatened to kill her just for speaking her truth. So you think about it, my babies. If you was transgender, and I know not everybody's going to be able to do this right here, because not everybody in the world is able to take yourself out of your shoes and put yourself in the next person's shoes. But just try for me, right? Because I really want y'all to understand where I'm coming from, and where I'm going, okay? So imagine you was transgender, and you was like, you know what? My parents always taught me to be honest. Every person I meet, I'm going to put my truth out on the table. So you went ahead and you told a couple guys in your past from the jump on the first date. Y'all talking, boop, 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 the vibe is good, the night is young, everything is moving along smoothly. And then you all start asking serious questions. Okay, well, what is your credit score? Do you want kids? Are you open to marriage? Boop, boop, boop. Are you a family person? You know what I'm saying? All the hoopla we asked in the beginning of the dating phase. And this is the perfect time for you to just ask the question. On the first date, you all already asking each other questions, so let's just get it out on the table. Let's just see where you feel, because, you know, I don't want to waste any time. If you don't fuck with me, then, you know, peace out, check up the deuces, boo-boo, and, you know, God bless. You know what I'm saying? So, just imagine you're transgender, and you tell someone, hey, I'm transgender, you know, how do you feel about this? Are you like open to dating me? Have you ever dated a transgender? Do you not like transgender people? Do you not like gay people? And they automatically off the rip be what? F you. You should have told me that before I picked you up. You should have told me that before the and start going on this whole rant about how someone should have told you ahead of time. Everybody does not have to tell you something when you feel like it's the best time for you to know. Because if she would have told you that when y'all first was talking on the phone, kicking it, what you would have done? You would have had the same response, right? B, F you, boop, 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 you should have told me, ba, 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 ba. No. How about when you first get to know somebody, ask all the questions that you need to know. Ask all the questions. Hey, are you bisexual? Are you transgender? Do you have any STDs? Do you have paperwork to prove that? Like, ask all the things that you all need to ask in the beginning of the dating phase. And this will help smooth out the dating pool in the world. But no. You meet someone and she looks beautiful AF. And you go ahead to approach her. You start dating her. You start courting her. But now she feels that she's way too deep in, that she don't even know what day, what time, what moment to tell you, hey, I'm transgender. I didn't want to tell you in the beginning because, we were vibing. We were having so much fun. Bloop, bloop, bloop. You see what I'm saying? Ask the questions that you all need to ask the person that you want to date. And this will save everybody a lot of time that some people may feel like they losing out on time. You know what I'm saying? By effing with somebody who's transgender or effing with somebody that has herpes and they didn't decide to tell you until week 3 of dating you. Transgender people in the herpes community, we think alike. We sort of kind of move the same, and especially when it comes to our dating life, we most likely we have the same strategy. Like, I know me, I have herpes. For those of you who do not know, yes, I was contracted with genital herpes when I was 14 by my high school sweetheart. I'm going to link that video in the description box below so you all can just hear my story and just catch up with me, get to know me a little bit, you know. And yeah, if you like it here on my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so every time I upload, right, you can know what's going on in your girl RIAHJ's life, period. So I know I used to date the same way as Sydney Starr. And I'm not transgender. I'm a natural born woman. But as I said, I do have genital herpes. So when you just dealing with anything in society that is not like normal, society would call it. And what the hell is normal anyway? We all been through shit, you know what I'm saying? Some worse than others, but at the end of the day, the things that we've gone through in our lives is the reason why we are who we are today. It has allowed us to grow and transform ourselves and transform our lives into the people and the lives that we've always dreamt of, period. So I used to date the same way as Sydney. You know, I would meet somebody, I would start talking to them, and in the earlier years when I was first like diagnosed with herpes, I was young. I was 14, so I would say like my whole teen year. I would say from like 14 to give or take 19. I didn't tell nobody that I was dating ahead of time that I have herpes. I didn't see no reason to. I'm all about safe sex, number one. And especially if and then I wasn't having no serious relationships in that time either. I was just sleeping around, you know what I mean? At that time I had a really high sex drive. I sort of kind of still do, but it was way worse when I was younger. So from 14 to 19, I didn't tell none of my partners that I slept with, none of them knew I had herpes. None of them. I didn't tell a soul. And you know why? Because during that time of my life, 14 to 19 years old, I wasn't in no serious relationships. I wasn't out in the world trying to cause anybody harm. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't having raw sex with anybody. I was having safe sex, you know? And also, if I'm just having a FWB situation, if it's just a hit it and quit it, if it's just a quick love affair for a couple of months, why do I have to tell you my health history? Why? I want you all to give me one good explanation in the comment sections below. Why? Why should I? You want to know my business for what? So you can judge me? So you can judge me like you're a motherfucking God? Like, no. There's no rule in this life that says, yeah, it's the proper, listen. If you are strategically, purposefully out here, intentionally trying to hurt somebody and cause somebody some type of pain and some type of mental illness and physical illness and sexual STD and illness and shit, you deserve to be under the jail. You do. But if you just having casual sex, you having flings, you having FWBs, it's hit it and quit it, why should you tell everybody that you're gonna sleep with that you have herpes? That this is my stance. At that time, that's how I was living. Anybody that I had sex with from 14 to 19 years old, none of them knew I had herpes. You know what I'm saying? And I did that purposely. Because why would I tell you? I just really don't see the reason why. I mean, I'm not having raw sex with these people. I'm not getting into romantic relationships with them. You know what I'm saying? To the point where the relationship is going to progress and it's going to eventually lead to marriage and children. No. I didn't see no reason to tell my business. Okay? But when I turned 19 though, I started to seriously date. Okay, and when I started to seriously date, I did tell my partners up front. And my partners that I had in the past, they didn't judge me. They didn't judge me. They continued to see me for who I am, and they continued to love me. So you can see how all these situations, like it depends on the situation and it depends on the person. When I was younger, I didn't tell nobody that I had herpes. I just was casually, you know, being sexual. I was just being sexually casual. I was just being, what am I trying? I was just being sexual. I know what I'm trying to say. I was just having flings, FWBs, hit it and quit it. So I didn't see there was no need for me to tell these people. Why should I tell you my business for us to sleep together for one night and then you go about your happy old life? That's my personal business. That's my health history. I don't have to tell you that if this is a one night thing. I don't. And I'm standing in my truth. Also, as I went on and I got into serious relationships, I did tell two of my partners of the past. I told them up front. I was like, listen, this is my situation. You know, I understand if you don't want to, you know, get to know me no more and date me and shit like that. It's cool. I'm just letting you know up front. Two of my partners of the past did accept me for who I am. You know what I'm saying? And for what the situation was. They never judged me. They never belittled me, looked down on me, and nothing like that. Actually, they both was like, I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see you for who you are. So I really respected them for that, and I really appreciated that. The world needs more people that are non-judgmental. But one of my partners of the past, I actually didn't tell him up front. But my toxic ass family told his family that I had something way worse than herpes, and that caused him to come and ask me, okay? Because, you know, my family told his family, and then he confronted me, and then after I told him, like, look, this is a situation, like, my family, your family's being hella messy right now. I didn't want to tell you, you know, and that was I don't know, that situation was crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, I just didn't, honestly, I didn't know how to tell you, you know what I'm saying? But this is somebody who was scouting me out since I was younger, because he was like 10 years older than me. He was eyeing me since I was like a young teen. You understand what I'm saying? I used to hang out with his little cousins. You understand? So he had his eye on me this whole fucking time, you know. So because he kept trying to get at me and I was of age now, I was like, okay, let me give him a chance, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't tell him off the rip. But my messy ass family ended up telling his family, and then his family told him, and then his mother told him to confront me. And even the fact after he confronted me, he liked me so much that he continued to date me. He did not even care. He did not even care, okay? So that just goes to show you, my babies, stop judging people, and stop judging people's lives. And also, every situation does not need the same strategy. Let's say I sleep with you next week, whoever you are watching this video. Let's say you're attracted to me, right? And then I see you and I'm like, oh, I'm attracted to you, right? And then a week later from now, we choose to link up and we choose to have a nightcap. And we do our thing. We use protection. Everything is good. We have a good time. And we go on to live our happily old lives. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I'm not setting you up and telling you, baby, don't put the condom on, fuck me raw. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And honest, and just to even be the most transparent that I could be in this video, I had one situation. Out of all my situations in life, I either told somebody up front or I told them after the fact, and either they didn't want to fuck with me or they continued to fuck with me because they just seen me for who I am, and they didn't just see herpes written on my motherfucking forehead. They seen me as Raya J, and they like me as a person. They like my vibe. They like to kick it with me, so they continue to just you know, date me and get to know me. It wasn't a problem. But I have one situation, and I don't regret it. I'm gonna tell you about it. I privated the video like years ago. I don't know if I should take it off private. I probably won't, so I'll just tell you all right here. I've had herpes since I was 14, right? I'm 28. So how many, I always do this, right? I'm not quick with math, y'all. How many years have I had herpes, y'all? From 14 to 28? 14 for 14 years. Oh my God, it's been 14 years. Damn, it's been a minute. So I had herpes for 14 years, right? And where was I going with this? Oh, and out of my whole herpes life journey, y'all, I only have, it's not a regret, but it's something that I don't know where my mind was at, you know, at the time, right? My mind was very low vibrational, and I was really going through a lot, and I fucked up. I'm gonna just tell you that I fucked up big time, you know. Somebody I started dating off a dating site, and you know who you are if you watch my channel. I still feel so like, I just have so much love for you still to this day, even regardless of what we've gone through. And I know that it's still all love, even from your part. Like, it's just all love, you know what I'm saying? Because, all right, anyways, let me just tell the story because I'm getting in my feels. I met somebody on a dating site, right? And yo, our chemistry was just lit as fuck. It was lit as fuck. The vibe was authentic. Like, we really hit it off. Like, and we started this whole love affair. We probably dated for like, I think it was 2 or 3 months, right? You know who you are, right? I think it was like 2 or 3 months. It was a hot little minute. And like I said, the chemistry was there, the passion was there, the vibe was there. I really loved his vibe. He really loved my vibe, and we both was physically attracted to each other. We used to have deep talks. But no matter how many deep talks we would have, my babies, I found it so hard to open up. I just found it so hard to open up and tell him that I have herpes, y'all. I just couldn't do it. It's like my throat chakra was like stuck. I couldn't do it. And I fucked up, y'all. I fucked up, you know. So we was having protected sex for most of the time that we were, you know, our little love affair was going on. We was having protected. Every time we was having sex with a condom. But I fucked up one day, y'all. Oh, Dios mío, I fucked up so bad. And I hate telling this story because it brings me back to that time where I know, like, I know I could have done better. Like, I should have did better. You know what I'm saying? I never had no slip-ups like this before, ever in my life, ever. But this is the only one that I did have. And this was like 5 years ago. 5 years ago. So y'all, we was having sex one day, right? And I should save this for story time, but I'm not, because it just correlates with this whole video. So I'm gonna just keep it in. So y'all lucky, you know what I'm saying? Because I could have separated this whole video, you know what I'm saying? So yo, we was having some good ass sex, and then he was like, let's take the condom off. And oh my God, you don't understand. I was like, no. I was like, no, I can't, you know. And he was like, why? Like, you good, right? And I lied, y'all. I was like, I'm good. And man, instantly I regretted that decision. So yeah, we ended up having raw sex, and a couple days later he found out that he had herpes, and he confronted me, and I had to come clean. And he was pissed. He was really pissed at me. Like, it's not even a joke right now. He could have killed me, okay? You know, so we ended up having a conversation, and I apologized to him. And the apology just wasn't sitting right with him. Like, and I could get it, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember when, you know, somebody intentionally gave me herpes. You understand what I'm saying? And I didn't know. I'm thinking, this is my high school sweetheart, this is my boyfriend, we having this, you know, we're young, wild, and free, we having some good old sex, we're skipping school, having sex. But no, this man was plotting on me. Even while in a relationship with me, he was plotting on me to give me some shit that he had. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't know better at the time. You know? And I forgive you too. You know who you are. I would never forget you. And it ain't no beef, but you know I know who you are. And I know you keep up with me. But God bless you. You know what I'm saying? I hope you living a better life than you was back in the day. And I hope you being real about your status, because that shit is not cool. Anyways. So we ended up having raw sex. He found out that he had herpes. Obviously, he was only dealing with me. We was only sleeping with each other for those couple of months, you know, so I had to come clean, y'all. And I told him. He was pissed. Obviously, who wouldn't be? You know what I'm saying? If somebody knew that they had something and they gave it to you. And he forgave me. We had a deep talk, and he did forgive me. And he actually wanted to continue to be with me, but I didn't feel like, you know, the trust was betrayed. You know what I mean? I betrayed his trust. So I just didn't think the relationship would go on to be a successful relationship. So we just decided to part ways. And I guess he felt really like, he was really upset. Like he was, and I understand that. I'm not saying that in a way like, you know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't have the right to be pissed. But he was so upset, y'all, that one day I was going to pick up Woogie from school. And he was kind of like living with me, but he wasn't, because like he didn't have a key to my house. He wasn't like a fish. He wasn't on my lease. He didn't move in with me. We was just having this beautiful love affair. So he was at my house every day, you know. And honestly too, I don't think he had nowhere else to go. So because we had hit it off, I was just like, you could look, we seeing each other right now. You could just stay with me, you know what I'm saying, until you get on your feet a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So one day I was going to get Wookie. He had went to the store or something like that. After we had the conversation, he was like, you know what, I need to go take a walk. Let me just go take a walk and, you know, clear my head, whatever, get some fresh air. So he went out, you know, about his business or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then it was time for me to go get my daughter from school. So I went to go get Wookie. Well, I was on the way to go get Wookie. And I didn't wait for the elevator in my apartment building. I took the stairs down. You know how that is, waiting for the elevator. You gotta be somewhere quickly. You just run down the stairs. You know what I'm saying? Quick and easy. So I was getting ready to run down the stairs. You know what I'm saying? Go get my daughter from school. He was in the staircase. And he was like, where you going? I was like, I'm going to get the baby. He was like, nah, you're not going to get the baby. He was like, we gotta talk. Like, I'm just really feeling some type of way. And I was like, I said sorry. Like, I just didn't know how to tell him, y'all. I swear to God, it felt like my throat chakra was fucking closed. Like, and I couldn't find the words, son. We was having deep ass conversations and I just couldn't do it. So, you know, we having a big old argument in the staircase. You know what I'm saying? Neighbors is peeking out the fucking their door trying to see what's going on, but then they close their door to mind their business. And y'all, he choked me up. Like, he fucked me up in the staircase. He took my keys out my hand. He took my phone. He tore my fucking coat off of me. And he was punching me and shit in my head. Like, he was trying to get my face, but I was blocking my face. So he was like just punching me like in my chest and in my head, you know what I'm saying, kicking me in my stomach. I mean, it was really traumatic for me. He could have killed me in the staircase. But he blacked out, you know what I'm saying, because the whole time I'm covering my face and I'm like, his name is not Jacob, but let's just use that name. I was like, Jacob, stop, like, I'm sorry, it's me, stop. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm sorry, yo. I really didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Like, you know what I'm saying? What do I have to do for you to forgive me? I'm sorry. And he was like, nah, fuck out of here, you know? And he took my phone and my keys. And he just dipped off. So I cried, you know, I was crying the whole time, but after he dipped off with my shit, I'm like, where you going? Give me my shit. He zoomed down the stairs and really dipped off with my keys and my phone. Yo! So, I had another phone, but it was like my Obama phone or whatever. So, I was pissed, I was crying, you know what I'm saying? But I also had to go get my daughter because it was dismissal time. So I cried a little bit after he dipped off, and I'm screaming, give me my shit, and then I just wiped my eyes, and then I went to go get Wookie. I'm pretty sure people did not even know that, it didn't look like I was just crying, like hysterical. I wiped my tears, I got myself together, put my strong face on, and I went to pick up my daughter, but y'all, I didn't have my keys, and I didn't have my phone, my iPhone. So I just sat in front of my building, you know, and you know, everybody was looking at me, you know, because I'm not the type. I don't lollygag in front of my apartment buildings. I don't lollygag in front of my residents. Like, that's just not my thing. So yeah, that's not my thing. So people was looking at me, you know, coming from picking up their kids and stuff, and they know I don't never sit in front of this building. But I'm just sitting there, you know what I'm saying, keeping a lookout to see where is Jacob at, you know what I'm saying, so I can get my stuff. I just want to go in my house, you know what I'm saying. I just want my stuff, and I just want to go in my house. And I had to call the cops. Like, I had to call the cops. Like, you're not gonna take my keys and lock me out of my crib, and you got my phone, and you know, and yeah, you was paying the bill, you was, but it's my phone, you know what I'm saying. I didn't make you pay any bill. You wanted to do that because you wanted to help me, and also you was technically living in my crib, you know what I mean, somewhat, whatever. So, and I'm not justifying the fact that I did give that man herpes. I'm not justifying nothing. I'm just telling you all the story. So I had to call the cops. The cops was looking out for him, and then when the cops left, he just comes walking down the street like nothing ever happened and gave me my stuff. But he did, he was hanging out with these guys from my building, and I don't even know these guys. I mean, people where I live, people just see me go in and out, you know what I'm saying. I don't mess with people like where I'm from. That's just, I'm just really like antisocial, you know what I mean, and I'm really shy, and I'm really sensitive, and I'm really intuitive, and it's a whole lot with me, so I don't like to just kick it with anybody for the hell of it, You know, so he was hanging out with these guys from my building that I don't even know. He didn't even know them. He just started talking to them, I guess, because he needed somebody to talk to, and also because he wanted to embarrass me. So as I walked in the building, he's standing in the lobby with these guys from my building, and he's like, "Stupid bitch, you gave me herpes." Whatever he said, something like that, something on the lines of that. Why did I do this? But something on the lines of that, and you know, I just looked at him like, you know what I'm saying, like that, like trying not to be like a bitch, but just looking at him like, and just got my daughter's hand and just, you know, go to my house or whatever. So after the fact, we did talk, y'all. We did talk, because he came to my crib, you know, and he was like, look, we need to talk. And I didn't want to let him in, because I was like, I'm not gonna let you in. Like, you put your hands on me. I told you I was sorry. I didn't mean it. Like, I would have done whatever you wanted me to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew I fucked up, but I was asking for your forgiveness too. You said you forgave me. So we was just talking through my door. I was afraid to let him in. But then he slipped a note under my door, and he was just he basically was vulnerable with me. He just was real with me. He was like, look, like, you a dope ass person, Raya, and I F with you, like, but you didn't have to do that. Like, if you would have told me that up front, I still would have fucked with you because of how cool you are and how down to earth you are and how real you are. You know what I'm saying? All you had to do was tell me. And he was like, at the end of the letter, he was like, and I forgive you. You know what I'm saying? And I really forgive you, and I love you. So after I read the note, I mean, he could have been trying to manipulate me, but he wasn't. I felt that he was being truly sincere. So I opened the door and I let him in, and we actually had sex with a condom. And we actually smoked and sort of kind of found our way back to our original vibe that we had before the whole situation had transpired. So that's the only situation in my life where I fucked up. So I'm not trifling. I'm not a trifling person, but you have to, and there's no but, right? I'm not a trifling person. I've never been. I had that one silly mistake, and I hurt somebody really bad. And it wasn't even the fact that it was the herpes. It was the fact that we had formed such this strong bond, and we were being so open and honest with each other, but I just held back that part of me, and he felt really betrayed off of that, you know. But yeah, that's the one situation in my life where I did F up, y'all. But other than that, I just chose to live a life where I also had a situation in my life where I was dating this guy, and he invited me over to his crib. We was smoking. We was, first of all, we was smoking, we was chilling. And I was like, you know what? Let me tell him up front. So I told him in his house on our first date, and we didn't have sex. He just wanted me to come over and chill with him and smoke and just kick it, listen to music. So I told him up front, y'all, he put me out his house. That guy. He was like, bitch, what? Nah, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. I mean, he was nice enough because he did pick me up. I was in the shelter at the time. He picked me up from the shelter. He was really attracted to me. He was talking about all this shit, like we gonna be the next Jay-Z and Beyonce. He was really talking a good game. So if you talking a good game, I'm like, all right, I need to tell him before, you know, this get a little bit too deep. And this was prior to that situation where I effed up, obviously. So I ended up telling him, you know, and he put me out his crib. Me and my daughter. He was like, nah, you gotta go, you gotta go. He was like, nah, you gotta go, you gotta go. Fuck out of here, boo, boo, boo. But he was nice enough because, like I said, he picked me up from the shelter that I was living at, swiped me on the train, you know, and he was nice enough. Even though he put me out his house, he did walk me and my daughter back to the train, the A train. He walked me all the way back to the train, and he was nice enough to swipe his Metro card so I can get back on the train and go home. He didn't just strand me, put me outside his house and strand me. So he did have some type of integrity. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you. He was a Harlem nigga too. Shout out to the Harlem niggas out there, you know. I fuck with y'all. Y'all, you know. what else I was gonna say? So y'all, it just like I'm gonna play the clip for you all in a minute, and you're gonna see Sydney say, she's gonna speak her truth. She's gonna say that sometimes she tell people up front that she's a transgender, and sometimes she doesn't. When you are a transgender person, or you are a person with herpes or whatever else you are dealing with, and you do not have no ill intent to hurt somebody and cause somebody pain and give them what you got or set them up, I just think that certain strategies in your situation I just feel like certain situations, right, that you're gonna come across if you are transgender or you have herpes, I feel like there's different strategies that you can go about it. And people that are looking in on our business, us transgender people and us herpes community, people from the other side, they're gonna be looking in on this video and they're gonna be judging us like, no, this is what's wrong with the world now, because you need to tell a person up front, boop, boop, boop. But let me ask you this, smart asses. Smart asses, do you tell people up front that you're a liar? That you're a cheater, that you're a womanizer, that you're a fucking manipulator, a con artist, an opportunist, a fucking pathological liar, a narcissist? Do you tell somebody that you a fucking thief? Do you tell somebody that you a rapist up front? Do you tell somebody that you don't have good credit? Do you tell somebody up front that you come from the motherfucking bottom of the motherfucking dumps? Do you tell people that up front? Do you tell somebody that you lay on 3 fucking bills? Do you tell somebody that you was molested up front? Do you tell somebody that you a fucking mama's boy and you need your mama's help for any little thing? Huh? Huh? Do you tell your business up front? Let me know. Like, please comment down below if y'all tell your business up front. We should. We all should. You, me, all of us around the world. We need to start being more honest about who we are. And we need to start being more honest of our intentions on dealing with other people. Because this is why STDs are still spreading. This is why there are motherless and fatherless children. This is why the single motherhood rate is so damn high. Okay? Because people are not honest and they are not upfront about their intentions and motives in dealing with a person. Y'all know the reason why I decided to tell my story 3 years ago on how I was contracted with genital herpes? Do y'all know why I actually made that video? I made that video because of Jacob. And that's not his real name, but I'm not putting nobody's identity out there. I made that video because Jacob inspired me to finally tell my truth. When we got into that whole situation where I gave him herpes and he beat me up, and then we both decided to forgive each other and still be sort of kind of, we didn't decide to continue the friendship or the relationship or whatever, but we just ended on mutual respect for each other. Because he had to take ownership for himself too. He told me, I don't never sleep with no girl without a condom. But for you, your pussy was just so good. At the moment, everything was just so good. It was so wet. I'm back. Hold on. Let me put y'all back on the tripod. Camera died. So he was like, it's because I was explaining to him, like, yeah, I know I fucked up, but it's both of our fault. Because, like, you can't just put all the blame on me. Because you was like, you want to feel it, let's take off the condom or whatever. And you've seen that I had a hesitation. And although I did go forward in the sexual encounter with you to have raw sex, you should have been like, nah, you know what? Let's just, you know what I'm saying? You should have just, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But he did own up to it, y'all. He was like, you know, I never sleep with no girls, you know, unprotected, but with you, like, the moment was just so good. Your pussy was so good, it was so wet, and I just wanted to feel it, you know. So I asked you, can we take the condom off? And I was like, but see, yeah, I fucked up by allowing that, but you fucked up too, because if you said you always have sex with women with condoms, why would you make an exception for me? Yeah, we've been knowing each other for a couple months now, but you don't really know a person, you know what I mean? We didn't both go to the doctor together to just put our statuses out on the table so we can just both know what's what. We just jumped in bed with each other, and one fucking day of hot ass passion between us turned into something just ridiculous. I ended up not following my instinct of something that I never do. I did it. And something he never do, he did it. So that just resulted in a whole bucket of mess. Me giving this man herpes and him beating up on me. You know what I'm saying? And but that just goes to show y'all, my babies. Oh, and I was telling y'all the reason why I made my video of telling y'all my story of how I got contracted with genital herpes. Jacob inspired me to even make that video, because before we went our separate ways in our own life, he was like, look, you dope as hell, you cool as hell, you bad as hell, like, you fun, like, you just a lit ass person. Raya, just tell people up front, because people are still gonna fuck with you regardless of what, because you just a lit ass person, you know. And if they choose not to, then give people their choice. So, you know, once he told me that, you know, and that situation happened when I was 21. When did that happen? When did that happen? When did that happen? I can't even think. So I'll say 22, 23-ish, because that's when I had got my first apartment, which is not this one, the first one I had, for those of y'all who've been here for that long. Yeah, I was 22, 23, I'm 28 now, and yeah, he's the inspiration behind me telling y'all my whole situation regarding my herpes in the first place. Because once he told me that, I was like, let me just make a YouTube video of telling my truth, and let me just put it out in the world, you know. And although that video, and you know, I did block somebody yesterday, I'ma unblock you, my bad, I didn't mean to block you. Honestly, I'm just going through I'm going through a lot, like, spiritually. And when you asked me that question in my DMs, I didn't know how to respond, but I thought about it after the fact, and I was like, he didn't mean no harm, Riah J. You ain't have to block him. So I'm gonna unblock you. But this video is also for you too, because you asked me, do all your partners know about your herpes? And the answer is, if you've made it this far in the video, the answer is, all my partners that I was sexually active with, and it was just like a casual fling, of friends with benefits, I hit it and quit it. No. None of them did not know. Most of them. Yeah. Most of them did not know. You know, we just had a good time, and we went on to live our happily ever lives. And it's been great that way for me. But in my relationships, yes, two people that I was in a relationship in the past, I told them before I was ever sexually intimate with them. I told them even before we got into a relationship, and they chose to love me for who I am, and we went on and had great relationships, and they ended abruptly because life goes on, and that was not my perfect mate. But the other partner that I was in a relationship with, That was a situation where I told y'all my family told his family, and then his mother told him to confront me, so he confronted me. And after the fact that I told him, he still loved me. He still wanted to be with me. The one that was scouting me out when I was younger. I know, that's weird as fuck. That's so fucking weird. Anyways, now I'm gonna roll the clip of the interview that Sydney Starr did with Vlad, and I just want you all to practice having some more compassion. If you are not transgender and you do not have herpes, then obviously you cannot really relate, because this is not your story. You know what I'm saying? This is not something you can just relate to. But just have compassion for people. And not only have compassion, I feel like everybody in the world can benefit from this video when it comes to us dating. Because we don't never really know who's who and what's what. You never really know. Because when people date, society has taught us to put on your representative first. Get out there, put your best self forward, you know, try to keep it cool, calm, and collective. Don't rock the boat. Don't say nothing too soon. And I just think that fucked up the dating game, honestly. That shit fucked up the dating game. No, people need to be honest and real about who they are and what they want and shit. And that'll save a lot of people a lot of heartbreaks. That'll save a lot of people from getting STDs unknowingly. That'll save a lot of women from being single mothers. That would save a lot of guys from getting ghosted or getting used for their money or whatever the case. I just feel like we need to work on compassion, integrity, and honesty. So my babies, I am gonna end the video right here, my babies. If you made it this far in the video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to your girl RIAHJ's channel. Okay, my babies, this is the end of the content video, my babies. I love you all so much. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Peace and love. Bye. Stay for the clip. It's rolling right now. Bye.